show respect, step back, no need for space invasion. Stop saying your room number at the day's end, let the girl dance. That's really all she came for. $1 million dress probably came from the thrift store. Even though she seems to be exactly what you wish for, she's never coming in on your transistor. Don't matter if you're rich or piss poor, she's out of your league and in a different sport. The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. No sleeping allowed, yo, you just get a glance. Don't try to swing game, yo, just let the girl dance. The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. You can watch her soul flow from a distance, but give her some space, son, let the girl dance.
Hey everybody, I'm Randy Silvas.
And I'm Tony Mollick.
Welcome to Slotrods and welcome to our Halloween Shootout 2024.
We're coming to you tonight from historic Holzer's Deli in Old Latrobe, Pennsylvania.
When we last left you, we had finished the first round of the losers bracket, which left us with a group of cars that looks like this.
So let's not waste any more time. Let's dig right into round two. We're starting out with Fireball versus Blue Bayou.
Yeah.
Fireball got the jump and gets out by about a half a car.
But Blue Bayou blew by the Fireball on the big end for the win,
Sending Blue Bayou to the next round and Fireball back to the 4-1-2.
Next up to the starting line, the Ghost versus the Tazinator.
There's no way to tell if Taz got things all worked out from the last round.
Oh, that race was over before it got a chance to start.
And now from Team Motown, the 63 split-window Corvette called Weathered versus the blown Chevy Chevelle from the 412 called Smurf.
Ready.
Weathered was quick off that light.
And was quick enough to win and send the Smurf back home.
Our next race, oh, look at this beauty contest. Two cars from the Kane Racing Team. The Plymouth GTX called Chameleon versus the Chevy called the Gray Ghost.
Well, that's two rookie cars out there, and what the hell happened to Chameleon?
The Gray Ghost went A to B, and the Chameleon came out of the slot and lost power.
And then there were four.
Weathered, Blue Bayou, Ghost, and the Gray Ghost.
The Ghost and the Gray Ghost? Isn't that going to get a bit confusing?
Yeah, right? What could possibly go wrong? It's not like they're ever going to have to race each other. Up next, we have Weathered versus Blue Bayou.
Ooh, Motown versus the 412.
Weathered stepped out first, but Blue Bayou blew by him.
And blows on to the next round.
Up next, the race that was bound to happen, the Gray Ghost versus the Ghost.
Rolling. Driving.
It looked like Gray Ghost was trying to run over the Motown Ghost.
Looked like Mark had the Ghost with the most.
And that brings us down to our final race of the losers bracket. The winner will go back to the winners bracket and join them in their round two.
From Motown, the Ghost, and from the 412, Blue Bayou.
It's nice to see that old truck in the finals.
Now that's a drag race.
But Big Daddy comes around on the big end for the win.
Congratulations, Blue Bayou. You are the sole survivor. Back into the tank with the sharks you go.
Out of the frying pan into the fire.
Now let's get about this shootout.
We're going to race single elimination until there's just one man or woman left standing. Up first, we have Jangalang versus Dark Phoenix.
That bird took off like his tail was on fire.
And that's Dark Phoenix by 2 cars.
And the pieces begin to fall.
Up next from the 724, Orange Crush, and from the 412, Mini Me.
1, 2. Yep.
Nice start, but Orange Crush comes out at the 60-foot mark, losing power, taking him out of the race.
Next to the starting line, we have the Wrath of Vengeance versus the Mach 5.
Driver. Yep.
Wow, that is some tight stepping.
They cut that light at exactly the same time.
But it looks like the Mach 5 ran out of top end at the 8th mile, and Wrath of Vengeance stretches him out for the win.
Next, we have the 66 Fairlane called Black and Blue versus the 2nd Gen Firebird called Raven.
Number 3. Driver. Ready? Yep.
And Black and Blue sticks the tires and pops the front end up just long enough for the car to hesitate. And by then, Raven was home in his jammies, eating Lucky Charms and watching Street Outlaw reruns.
Our next racers are Blue Bayou from the 412 versus Exodia from Team Motown.
And Blue Bayou claws his way out of the loser's bracket only to have Exodia foil his plans.
And that's Exodia for the win.
Coming up to the line, a couple of Chevys going head to head. Gale's Vet versus the Tyrant.
3. Driver. Ready?
There's another great drag race. Gale's Vet out 60-foots the Tyrant, and that was all it took to take the win.
And Gale's Vet is moving on.
Arriving at the starting line, 2 Motown cars, Nightmare versus Banshee.
One teammate is about to send another teammate home.
Number 3. Going. Drivers.
Wow, there ain't nothing left but fast cars. Look at these two.
This is going to come right down to the finish line.
And Nightmare takes it by the tip of his nose.
So, last episode of Slotrods dropped on YouTube. I'm sitting home on the couch and I see that I'm getting a text on the phone, and it's Mark from Motown. We were calling his Studebaker the Hawk 2, and Mark said he did not like that, and he would prefer that we called it the Hawk.
Oh no.
Yeah, it does sound an awful lot like something else that's been going around.
That's what she said.
Exactly.
Well then, why did you write it down Hawk 2?
That's what she said.
Exactly. But why did you call it Hawk 2?
Well, that's what was written on the dry board, and I was working from a picture of the dry board, and I wrote down what I saw.
Oh Lord. His son was keeping score, right?
Yep.
And wasn't he using some kind of crazy number system that only he understood?
Yep, and I mean, it worked all right, but written after the word hawk was the number 2. And I just assumed there had been a Hawk 1 or something, and maybe it got wrecked.
Okay, so the car is called the Hawk then.
And that is correct.
It still says Hawk 2.
That's what she said.
Exactly, but why didn't you change it?
Because by the time he let me know about the mistake, all the graphics had already been done for the episode, and they would have all had to have been changed one at a time.
So it's Hawk 2 for the rest of the night then.
That's what she said.
Let's get on with this. It's the Hawk versus the Son of Blue Street.
Oh, SOB sticks the tires across the center and DQs himself. By then, the Hawk was at camera 2.
And that makes it the Hawk for the win. And that gives us a fresh round of 8 cars.
Up first, Exodia versus Wrath of Vengeance. 2 teammates again.
It looked like they both spun at the start, but Exodia gathered it up first and made a blazing pass. And takes the win, taking out that young upstart.
And now we have Raven versus Mini-Me.
They got a little David and Goliath thing going on there.
Ready.
I don't know what Mini-Me was waiting on, but no matter how hard he tried, there was no way he was going to catch that Trans Am.
And that's Raven moving on.
Next up, the Freak Dot 32 Ford called Nightmare versus another Gen 2 Trans Am called the Dark Phoenix.
By the time the Dark Phoenix left the starting line, Nightmare had already ran completely out of his life.
And that's Nightmare for the win.
Up next to the starting block, we have Gale's Vet versus the Hawk.
I don't see it. You see it?
I don't see a thing.
Ready.
Gale's Bet was definitely out first.
But here comes that Studebaker coming around at camera 2.
And Gale's Vet heads back down to Florida, and the Hawk goes on to the semifinals.
Oh, come on, man. I can't keep looking at that stupid number 2 on the screen.
There, you happy now?
Thank you. Now, let's get on with these last 3 races. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yep. And they would have all had to have been changed one at a time. Up next, the Hawk versus Exodia.
Number 3. Driver. Yep.
Did you see the rear end shake on that Studebaker?
Yes, I did. I can't believe he gathered it up faster than Exodia could.
Aren't you going to get rid of that too?
No.
Fair enough. Up next, Nightmare versus Raven.
Driver.
And Nightmare does what Nightmare does once more.
And Raven had a good race day, but not good enough. Aw, come on, man. It's the final.
Okay.
Our final will be between the Nightmare and the Hawk.
Driver. Yep.
Studebaker's out first, and Nightmare's trying to play catch-up.
I don't know what happened at the catch bins, but with Mark's reaction, something went down on the big end.
I can't be sure. We didn't have a camera angle there, but the Hawk definitely won the race cleanly.
Our 2024 Crystal Skull champ is the Hawk.
For the 2024 Halloween Shootout, this year's winner is Mark Rendis and the Hawk, my dad.
Thank you. It's been an honor to race here. Thank you for hosting, Brian.
You're welcome.
Great time.
So what's up next for the Experimental Pro Mod division?
Well, in January, February, and March of 2025, we'll be holding our wintertime points chase we call the Slotrods Underground.
And this will be our third winter holding the Underground, and we're going to make it special. On our next few episodes of Back to the Streets, we're going to be showing you the street cars that ran before the underground races.
And we're going to call it the Legends of the Street series. And the theme will be through the decades.
On night 1, all the cars will be from the 1950s. And on night 2, cars from the 60s.
And of course, on night 3, it will be cars strictly from the 1970s.
But before then, we're going to take our Christmas break. So, to our friends around the world, may you have a blessed and safe holiday season.
And until next year, I'm Randy Silvis.
And I'm Tony Mollick.
And you've been watching
Slotrods.
The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. No creeping allowed, though, you just get a glance. Don't try to swing game, yo, just let the girl dance. The answer is no, you ain't got a chance. She's out of your league, just let the girl dance. You can watch her soul flow from a distance, but give her some space, son, let the girl dance.
Now that's a drag race.